Children, come back to geography second chapter. Today's our topic is conservation of water resources. Children, you all are knowing that the main source of water are lakes, rivers, underground water, etc. Water is mainly polluted by the human beings. As a result, there is a scarcity of fresh drinking water on the earth. It is the problem of not only one place or region, it is the problem of many regions of the world. Access to clean and adequate water source is a major problem facing the world today. Steps have to be taken to conserve this dwindling resource. Dwindling means here becoming less. Even though water is a renewable resource, its overuse and pollution make it unfit for use. Discharge of untreated or partially treated sewage, agriculture chemicals, and industrial effluents in water bodies are major contaminants. They pollute water with nitrates, metals, and pesticides. Children, it is given here the discharge of untreated or partially treated sewage. That means people, what they do, they discharge this untreated or partially treated sewage means wastewater. Agricultural chemicals like chemical fertilizers and all, and industrial effluents. Effluents means liquid wastage discharged in water bodies, and major contaminants. They pollute water with nitrates, metals, and pesticides. Most of these chemicals are non biodegradable and reach human bodies through water. Water pollution can be controlled by treating these effluents suitably before releasing them in water bodies. So most of the chemicals this are not biodegradable. Not biodegradable means waste which cannot be decomposed or dissolved by natural agent. This will reach into our body, human body, through water, and it will cause many kinds of diseases. Water pollution can be controlled by treating these effluents suitably before releasing them in water bodies. So we can control water pollution by filtering these effluents suitably before we release into the water bodies like rivers, etc. So next paragraph, let us see. Forest and other vegetation cover slow the surface runoff and replenish underground water. So forest, we see many kinds of trees are there. So this cover will slow the surface runoff. Surface runoff here is the water from rain, snow melt, or other sources that flow over the land surface. And replenish means restore underground water. So underground water is taken out through the tube wells, bore wells, etc. So this can be restored. Water harvesting is another method to save surface runoff. So what is water harvesting? Let us see. This rainwater harvesting is the process of collecting rainwater from rooftops and directing it to an appropriate location where it is stored for future use. So when the rain falls, water from the roofs can be collected in a tanks and all, and it can be used in the future. The canals used for irrigating fields should be properly lined to minimize losses by water seepage. Sprinklers effectively irrigate the area by checking water losses through seepage and evaporation. See children, sprinkler, a water sprinkler, that picture is given here. You are seeing here how it is sprinkling. Actually a sprinkler is a device that sprays water on the crops. So in dry region with high rates of evaporation, drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. So what is this drip or trickle irrigation? The drip or trickle irrigation means allowing water to drop slowly to the roots of the plants. is very useful. The valuable water resource can therefore be conserved by adopting these means of irrigation. So, by using this water harvesting, by using the sprinkler system, by using drip or trickle irrigation, water can be conserved. Water can be conserved a lot. Okay, children. Thank you.